Okay, and let me screen share. Okay, all right. So I think where we last left off, I think there's one more question in homework 4 and a couple of questions also in the prior homework and slightly different between the two batches. So today I had to combine both the batches. I was hoping the attendance would be more than this, but I guess some people might be joining a bit late. Okay, fine. So let's start with homework 5, and I'll come back to the remaining problems that are left in each of your batches separately. So let me bring up homework 5, which I hope all of you had a chance to do. Where is homework 5 now? 1 second, let me bring it up, guys. Okay, all right, first one. Let's see. Jan, you want to go with the first one? So what I'll do this time is I'll go through all the questions and then come back and do variants. Otherwise, we get engrossed in a problem and other variants. We don't have time to finish the entire homework. So I'll finish the regular questions and then I'll come back with small variants. Okay, what did you get on this one, Gyan?
So E413.
Okay. Akrit, do you agree?
So I'm finding my thing, but I think I got 407.
407. Nitya, what about you?
411.
Okay, so 3 different answers here.
I got 411.
411, 407, and 413. Okay, so let's do all of them.
I got 405.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, cool. So Greta can jump 5 pads to the right or 3 pads to the left. Okay, what's the fewest number of jumps Greta must take to reach 2023 pads to the right of her starting point? Okay, so obviously she'll keep going right. So till she comes to 2000, let's say 2000. Okay, what is the multiple of is this a multiple of 3, a multiple of 5? It's a multiple of 5, right? So till 2025, if she has to reach, then she has gone a bit beyond. Okay, then she has to backtrack. Okay, so if she has to backtrack, then she has to come how much to 3 to the left, right? So she can go back 3, which is to 22, and then she can go back to 19, and then she can, I'm just exploring the possibilities here, right? She can go back to 16. I mean, this is probably too much already, right? 13 and 10, and then she can, where does she have to land up? Sorry, guys, I'm confused.
2023.
23. Okay. So one possibility would be she comes till
2013.
and then goes to 20 and then 25 from here. So that's one possibility. How many?
So 18 and 23, right?
Which one?
Sir, 18 and 23, right?
18 and 23.
After 13, 18 and 23.
18 and 23, yeah. Plus 5 and plus 5. From here, 18 and plus, which is 23. Okay, so this is one of the paths.
411.
Okay, so till 2025, when you divide it by 5, what do you get? 405, is it?
Yes, sir.
So 405 plus a few more paths. 1,
Plus
2,
6.
3, 4, 5, 6, 411. Okay, this is one way. Okay, whoever called out 405, any other way? Someone called out 405, right? What is that way? Okay, Nitya, what did you get?
I had gotten 411.
11. Okay, but a few other answers, right? Sukrit, 407 or 405. What is yours? I forgot. Sukrit.
Sir, I got 400.
400? You unmuted. You muted afterwards.
Sir, 405.
Okay, can you take us through how you reached 405?
Sir, I thought like the grasshopper could jump less than 5 or like 5.
Okay. Then it would have been a fairly easy problem, right? Then they don't need to give it us, right? Yeah, then obviously she'll keep going 5 and then she'll easily cross over 2023. Okay, whoever else got these other answers, were you able to find your mistakes or any other way?
Yes, sir. Yes, I found my mistake.
Found your mistake, right? So we don't have to spend too much time. I'm tempted to give another variant, but that's fine. I'll hold. Okay, question 2. Let's see, Arsh, what did you get on this question 2?
So I got 3, no, one sec. One question 2, I got 5:12. See.
5:12. Okay. Akrit, what about you?
So even I got 5:12.
Okay. Any other answers other than 5:12?
4:9.
4:9. Okay. Any other answers? Okay,
Sir, I got something completely different. 1:6. It's not in the options.
1:6, which is not in the options. Okay. All right. So let's discuss. Equilateral triangle is placed inside a larger equilateral triangle, so that the region between them can be divided into 3 congruent trapezoids. The side of the inner triangle is 2/3 of the side of the outer triangle. What is the ratio of area of the trapezoid to the area of the inner triangle? Okay, all right. So multiple ways to do this. Easiest way is using scale factor. Okay, so scale factor, just to recap again, if there are 2 similar objects, so why am I not seeing some of you? Saurabh, I'm not able to see you. Your camera is still off, or you just turned it on now. Okay, all right. Maybe a few others also. Please turn on the cameras, guys. Okay, so scale factor, just to recap, if there are 2 similar objects, if a length in this to a corresponding length in the other is the ratio 1:k, let's say, right? Corresponding length ratio. Length. And it can be any length, right? But it should be a corresponding length. It could be a diagonal here, there's a diagonal there. Or from this vertex to the midpoint of the opposite vertex, from this opposite side, or this vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side. Something, right? It should be 2 corresponding measures. That's all matters. So if the length-wise the ratio is 1:k, then the area-wise the ratio is 1:k square. And if you extend the same to a 3D object, the volume ratio would be 1:k cube. Okay, so by that logic, the inner triangle, right? So the ratio of the inner triangle to the outer triangle, the scale factor is 2:3, right? Or 2/3:1. So let's say this is 2/3. Or in fact, let's keep it as 2:3 itself. So let's say this is 2 units. This is 3 units. Okay, so if the scale factor is 2:3, that's your scale factor, okay, which is lengthwise, then the area ratio would be 2:3 whole square, or 1:k square, which is 4:9. 4:9. So if the entire big triangle area is 9, then the inner triangle area is 4. So let me just mark this as 4. So this area is 4. And the full area is 9. The full entire big triangle is 9, which means the balance 5 is what is sitting here. So all of these orange portions should add up to the balance 5. So this is 5. Okay. Now of this balance 5, it's equally distributed in the 3 trapeziums. So each of these trapezium is 5/3 units. So 5/3 square units, that is. So 5/3 is the area of the trapezium. And what's the ratio of one trapezium to the area of the inner triangle, he is asking, right? So inner triangle ratio is, inner triangle area is how much? 4. So it's 5/3:4, which is same as 5:12. Is this explanation clear to everyone?
So
Anyone?
can you repeat how you got like one trapezium is 5/3? Like I got the same answer using a different method. Can you just explain it?
Yes. So you understood that if I'm not talking about actual area itself being 4 or actual area itself being 5/3. It's all in ratios, right? So let me start all over again. Okay. So
I got the scale factor part.
you got the
Like,
scale factor part, right?
Yeah.
So,
So 9, and then how did you get 5? That's my question.
okay. So let's say this is 2A and 3A are the sides. Okay. So 4x is the area of the inner triangle. 9x is the area of the big full triangle, which means 5x is the in-between gap.
Okay, got it. 5x divided by 3, 1/3.
5x divided by 3 is the in-between gap.
I got it.
Each of them, okay? And therefore 5/3:4, which is 5:12. Okay, so Nitya, you got 4:9. What was your mistake, or were you able to find?
So I was correct under the 4:9 part, which you had gotten. After that, I hadn't done the necessary steps required to get 5:12.
Okay, but did you also use the same scale factor
Yes.
way of doing? Okay, Arsh, you said you did it in a different way to arrive at the 5:12. What was that?
So I just like did it by the longer method. I did the equilateral triangle formula, √3, and then it all just in the end cut out like √3/4. So it's the same thing. It's just longer. So I
It's
just
longer.
So
Yeah.
even I've done the same.
So even I did the equilateral triangle formula and then I subtracted and divided by 3 to get that.
so like in the end the formula just gets
Yes,
cancelled
so
out
I
because
also
of it.
use the
Correct. Yes.
equilateral
Yeah.
triangle.
Yes. Glad that you guys are getting the
Yes, sir.
consistent answer. But obviously speed matters. Okay, Precious, you had a doubt?
Yes, sir. Sir, I just wanted to ask, sir, can you just like once again show the derivation for the area 1:k² thing?
I didn't derive anything. It's just a
Yes.
if the
No, sir,
length.
not- No, sir, not that. Like, can you just like explain like where it came from once again?
Yeah,
Like,
sure.
where this formula, yeah.
Okay, no problem. Do you agree that these two triangles are similar? You agree
Yes.
these two triangles are similar. Now,
Yes.
if two objects are similar, there's something called scale factor. Again, this might be
Yes.
if someone else also has not grasped this. So if two objects are similar, it can be any awkward looking object and the corresponding parent object, right? And we can talk about from this particular node to maybe where it makes a turn. And here also you might have a similar type of thing, right? You can compare these two. Then you can talk about, let's say this is 1 and this is 3. Then the scale factor becomes 1:3. If there are two objects
Yes.
which are exactly similar, right? I mean, similar, exactly is redundant, similar. Then the ratio of the areas, let's say this area is X, then this area would be 9X. Because lengthwise it's 1:3,
Yeah.
area-wise it's 1:9. So exactly same thing. Let's say the length of this is 2/3 units and the length of the outer one is 1 unit.
Okay.
Right? Then if the outer area of the triangle is 1, if area-wise, the ratios would be 2/3 square is to 1 square. Okay.
Right. So can you just like explain that once again?
Yeah, the area ratio of the two triangles is the square of the scale factor. So the
Yeah,
scale factor
okay,
is
yeah.
2/3. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
because
2:3
like
whole square or 2/3 whole square is to 1 square, either way.
yeah, because like automatically the smaller one that will just stay 1, but the other one will increase. Okay, yeah, got it.
Yeah. So area wise, you can look at it as the smaller one is 4/9 and the bigger one is 1, which means the difference 5/9 is this gap. 5/9 is the gap, right? Of which it gets split into 3 equal parts, right? 3 equal parts. Each of these trapezium is 1/3 of that. So which means this gets further divided by 3. So 5/27 becomes the each of those trapezium areas. Now we want the ratio between 5/27 is to the inner area, which is 4/9. I'm doing slightly different than what I did earlier, but method is same, right? I mean, the concept is same. That is, so this is 5/3 is to 4, which is same as 5 is to 12.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Sure.
Got
Is there anyone else not clear on this one? Scale factor, guys, please ask. This is an important concept. Don't let it be. All of you okay? Ashi, you're okay? Cool. Next one, Ashi, the factorial, double factorial.
Yes. So can you just show the question on the screen once?
Yeah.
Yes. So it said, if we know that once n will become greater than the 8, the unit digits of n ka factorial will only be 0 because n will be a factor of 10, right?
Factor of 10. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So we only need to calculate 2 factorial plus 4 factorial plus 6 factorial plus 8 factorial. So the unit digit will then be, so it will be like 2 plus 8 plus 48 plus 48 into 8.
Okay. What is your final answer, therefore, Ashi?
B.
2, is it? Okay. Precious, did you also get 2 or something else?
Sir, I wasn't able to do this one.
Okay. Anyone, Neve, were able to do this one?
So even I got 2.
You also got 2. Any other answers, Rachit? Okay. Whoever got 2. Whoever didn't get, did not know how to solve. Yeah. So yeah, you explained it very nicely, Ashi. Except that you called it factorial. It's double factorial, right? So actually, I don't think that such a term exists, but he's making up. Sometimes the author has some right to make up their own notation, right? Double factorial. You don't see it
No, but
conventionally.
it's basically factorial only, right? Even factorial.
Yeah, correct. So you're multiplying only the even numbers. Okay, so what she's telling is once you cross, so the definition is very clear, right? For example, 8 double factorial is 2 into 4 into 6 into 8. So 10 double factorial would be 2 into 4 into 6 into 8 into 10, right? And then 12 double factorial will be all the way till 12. And she's saying anything as long as you cross 10 and above, all of these numbers will end in 0. This will end in 0. This will end in 0 and so on. So the units digit will not have any difference at all. Kuch bhi farak nahi padega. So the main things which are going to matter are the first four. 2 double factorial, which is just 2. 4 double factorial, which is 2 into 4, which ends in 8. Right? It's 8 itself, but it's ending in 8. And then 6 double factorial would be that into 6, which will end in 8, 48. And then further that multiplied by 8 would give me 64, which ends in 4. All I have to do is just add these 4 numbers. So how much is it? 16, 18, 22. Right? So therefore the ending digit is 2. Very easy. All of you good on this one?
I didn't understand how you got 0 over there.
Okay, when you do 10 double factorial, it's 2 into 4 into 6 into 8 into 10, correct? And that ends in 0, right?
Yes.
And then further after that, if you go for 12 double factorial or 14 double factorial, either way 10 to rahega hi beech mein. And therefore all of those numbers will keep ending in 0, 0, 0, 0. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. And therefore when you add, it won't make any difference to the units digit at all. So the only thing that will matter for the units digit is the first 4. Okay, all right.
Yes.
Cool. Any other doubts, guys, on this one? Okay, all right. Next question. Any variable to do this one? The midpoints of 4 sides of a rectangle.
No, sir.
Okay. Did you give enough time to try this? Should have been fairly
Yeah.
straightforward, right? Okay, Vishmita, what did you get on this one?
I got 40.
40. Okay, Rachit, do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Okay, any other answers other than 40 for whoever did it?
Sir, I got an answer which wasn't in the options. I got
Bolo?
10 root 18.
10 root 18. Okay, you have a tendency to overcomplicate a question, looks like, but I'm happy, right? You are admitting it very honestly, right? Okay, let's do it, guys. So minus 3, 0, 2, 0. So they are both on the x-axis. So let's draw the x-axis and let's draw the y-axis as well. So just roughly, right? So minus 3, 0 will be somewhere here. 2, 0 will be somewhere here. 5, 4 and 0, 4. 5, 4. So, I mean, for all you know, the answer might not be 40, but okay. All right, minus 3 and then what is it? 2. 5, 4. 5, 4 is somewhere here, right? And then 0, 4. 0, 4 is somewhere here. Okay, so this gap does not look like 5. 5, 4 is probably somewhere here, right? Because this should be. Why does it not even look like a rectangle the way I have drawn? Minus 3, 0.
The rectangular diagonal.
Yeah.
But even then,
So it does look.
rectangle, no? 4 sides of a rectangle. The midpoints of the 4 sides of a
Yeah.
rectangle. Oh, okay. Midpoints. Okay, all right. Midpoints of okay, all right. So I didn't read the question, guys. Sorry. So if I have a rectangle like this.
So then you can use you can draw a square inside
Draw
and
a
use a distance
diagonal
formula.
rectangle with like the smaller midpoint on 3 negative.
Yeah, so you can draw a square inside and use a distance formula easily.
Yeah, you could do that, or okay, multiple ways of doing this. Okay, let's discuss one by one. Arsh, before you, someone else, Akrit, why you are commenting on something? What is that, Akrit? You are saying something?
Sir, I do something different. Like I do a diagonal rectangle. So can I share my screen?
You want to share your screen? Okay, all right, Adam. Okay. Allow share. Yeah, go ahead, please.
So look, I did this. I do a rectangle like this, and then the length and the breadth is the same as the middle one. So I just multiplied them.
How did you calculate the length and breadth? So minus 3, 0,
Using the
2,
distance
0.
formula.
Okay,
So that was what I was saying.
Okay, you calculated the distance between
But
the two
between
opposite midpoints.
So, but I got a different answer.
Okay, all
What did
right.
I do? Should I stop screen sharing?
Yeah, please. Okay, so what he's saying is the distance between this point and this point is effectively the width. And the distance between this point and this point is the length. I just have to multiply the two. Okay, so let's do that. And you should ideally get the same answer. And I'll tell you another way to do this also. So Control 6. Okay, so this is 5, 4. This is 0, 4. Okay. So the inner diagram that I've drawn here in black is something like this, correct? Which is the one connecting all the midpoints. So that's going to look like this. Right? So now the opposite, the diagonals of these, or rather from one, the diagonals of these are going to be the measurements of the length and width of the original one. So -3, 0. So -3, 0. And 5, 4. So what is the distance formula? It's the x difference. Distance formula is how much? X difference, 5 minus -3 whole square plus 4 minus 0 whole square. All of you okay with the distance formula? It's got root. Vishmita, you understand the distance formula? Does anyone need a recap or what a
No,
distance?
so it's basically just like the Pythagoras theorem, but like.
Correct. So yes. So Vishmita, you're saying something.
Could you please recap?
I'll recap the distance formula and where it comes from. Yes, as Precious was saying, it's just Pythagoras theorem. Forget this problem. Let's say I have, in fact, I'll take values. So let's say this point is 3, 7, and some other point here 8, let's say 20 or something, right? 8, let's see, 5, 19, 8, 19. If I want to calculate the distance between these two, right? Now, horizontally, I've not drawn it to scale. I've not drawn it to scale. So maybe I should somewhat draw it to scale. So let's say 8, 19 falls somewhere here. Now, if I have to calculate the distance between these two, I can just imagine drawing a line which is parallel to the x-axis and drawing a line parallel to the y-axis. Now, note, origin is somewhere here. I don't care where origin is, right, for my purpose, right? Now, this distance is got simply by Pythagoras theorem. Now, what is this? This is 3,
I think the base would be 5.
Yeah, this is 8, 7. So this, yeah, so this gap is 5 because the distance between 3 and 8, the 3 and 8 denote the x coordinate, right? So along the x-axis, the distance is 5. Vishmita, you agree? Along the x-axis, the distance is 5. Similarly, on the y-axis, the distance is 12 because the distance between 19 and 7. And therefore, this distance becomes 5 square plus 12 square root, which is 13. So what did we effectively do? We did not have to calculate this point or anything. We just did the difference between the x coordinate, uska square, and then difference between the y coordinate, uska square. 19 minus 7 whole square. No, Vishmita does not understand Hindi, right? So this is 5 square plus 12 square, right? That's what we did, right? Which is 13. Now, generalizing this, instead of these points 3, 7 and 8, 19, I can call them x1, y1 instead of 3, it can be x1, y1, and this can be x2, y2. So the distance formula therefore becomes x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Uska, the root of that. Is this clear?
Yes, so it is the Pythagoras theorem, but written in a shorter form.
Exactly. So it's coming from Pythagoras theorem. Vishmita, you're okay on this one? How we arrive at this? Okay. Therefore, the distance between 5, 4 and -3, 0 becomes 5 minus -3 whole square plus 4 square. So how much is this? Square root of 8 square plus 4 square. Okay. Now, one important suggestion, right? Whenever we have big number, 8 is not big number, but I'm just saying 8 and 4, try to be as lazy as possible, which means what? Don't evaluate this and add and all that. I can take 4 common outside, right? 4 square can be taken common outside, which means 4 square comes out as 4. And then inside this, effectively, it's like 2 square plus 1 square. This effectively, this is 4 root 5. This is much easier than treating this as 64 and 16. 64 plus 16 becomes 80. Then you take the square root of 80. Then you figure 80 is 16 into 5. And then you take the 4 outside and say it's 4 root 5. This is a little longish, right? Whenever you have big numbers, try to factor out as much as possible. For example, I'll just take a small diversion. So for example, suppose I have square root of 16 square plus 48 square, or rather 32 square plus 48 square, right? 32 square plus 48 square. Okay, so don't do all these big numbers. We know both of them are 16 into 2 and 16 into 3, which means effectively this is, you don't even need to write this step, but if it's easy for you, you can write the step in between. So it's 16 into 2 and 16 into 3. And then the 16 square can come out as 16. So 16 into square root of 4 plus 9, which is 13. So it's much quicker rather than squaring big numbers, adding, then figuring what is the common factor, all that. Okay, so this, by that logic, this we have figured out that this is 4 root 5. From here to here is 4 root 5. And similarly, let's try to figure out the other diagonal from here to here. So this is 2, 0. So the distance between 2, 0 and 0, 4 is square root of 2 minus 0 whole square plus 0 minus 4 whole square. Now, because it's square, I don't need to pay too much attention. 0 minus 4 or 4 minus 0, I don't really care. I can be reckless about it. So 2 square plus 4 square. Here, of course, does not matter. They're all small numbers, but still get into the habit. I can take 2 common outside. 2 into square root of 1 square plus 2 square. So it's 2 into root 5. Okay, so 2 root 5 is 1, other one is 4 root 5. Therefore, the product of the two, and note that this becomes the length of the original rectangle, and this becomes the width of the original rectangle, as we just saw, right? When he was screen sharing, and we saw it here also. I drew a diagram here. You can see that the point connecting, the line connecting the midpoints is actually the same measurement as the width and the length as well. Okay, so 4 root 5 into 2 root 5. So 4 into 2 is 8. Root 5 into root 5 is 5. Therefore, it's 40 indeed. Okay. Does this make sense for people who got 40?
So can you do it again?
Okay, which part, Saurabh?
So I understood till the length formula. After that.
You understood the distance formula. X2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Okay. Do you also understand that when I have a rectangle, if I do all the midpoints, P, Q, and R and S. So in this question, P, Q, R, and S have been given. A, B, C, D have not been given. P, Q, R, S have been given. Let's say this is P, this is Q, this is R, and this is S. The 4 midpoints have been given. But from a diagram, we are figuring out that the diagonal of this PQRS, the two diagonals, are actually the same measurements as the length and the width of the original rectangle. Do you agree with that as well, Saurabh?
Yes.
Okay, so all we have to do is find the measurements of these two lengths. So well, the first measurement is connecting between -3, 0 and 5, 4. So how do you apply distance formula? So let's do it slowly. So 5 and -3 are the x coordinates. So it's 5 minus -3, x2 minus x1 whole square, plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Similarly, 4 minus 0 whole square. Right, Saurabh? Saurabh, you with me?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, therefore this is square root of 8 square plus 4 square. Now, all I told you here is, rather than deal with 64 and 16 and add and then further simplify, you can do that. It's not such a big number. This is square root of 64 plus 16, which is 80. Probably in this example, you hardly save any time. 16 into 5, which is 4 root 5. Do you agree this is 4 root 5?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, we found out the other length and then multiplied the two, because those lengths were actually the lengths and width of the original rectangle.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so that was the rectangle question. Next, yeah, Vishwita, you had a doubt. So sometimes I may not see because I just press the electronic hand, guys. Because if I'm not looking at you, go ahead, Vishwita. What's your doubt?
I just did it kind of a easier way
Yes, go ahead, please.
because I just like
Oh, in fact, I also wanted to share
since
another way. Yeah, go ahead.
I know that a rectangle is 2 times the area of a rhombus.
Correct.
So then you can just find the rhombus, since you can basically just derive it easier and then just multiply it by 2.
Yeah. So half d1, d2, but you are actually finding the area of the rhombus here, right? Sorry, how do you
Yeah.
find the area of this rhombus though? Half d1 into d2.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
but we
use
don't
like
need to do that.
it's
We
like
have the height, right?
That's the same thing now. You're doing the same thing, but you're then just multiplying it by 2.
Wait, but why do we need?
You're dividing it by 2, then multiplying it by 2.
The area of a rhombus is based into height, right?
So sorry, multiple Snigdha, just 1 second. So Vishwita, just to understand you clearly. So you rectangle, and then you collected all the midpoints. You observed that's a rhombus, and you're saying we'll calculate the area of the rhombus and then double it. Correct? Is that what you're saying? How are you calculating the area of the rhombus? By doing half into d1 into d2?
Since you know that the points, I would just like minus from -3 to -3 0 to 2 0. It's
Yeah.
5.
Correct.
And from like
Understood.
Based
Understood.
into height formula.
She's not even using half d1, d2. Okay, I misunderstood her, and so did Akrit as well, looks like. So she's not using half d1, d2 Akrit because the coordinates are such that it's right on the x-axis. She's just using base into height. Does it make sense, Akrit? Okay, just so that everyone else catches this. So her observation was the area of the rectangle that we are seeking is double of the inner PQRS, which is a rhombus. And we all know it's a rhombus because you can see visually, you can see it's a rhombus. We can very easy to prove. And to calculate the area of this rhombus, there are 2 ways of calculating area of rhombus: half into product of the 2 diagonals, right? If she did that, then that will be back to the same thing anyway. Anyway, she has to calculate this diagonal and that diagonal and then half it and then double it. What's the whole point? That was Akrit's argument. But now she's saying she did not use the diagonals to calculate the area. She's just using base times height. Base is very clear. This is 5. But what about the height? How do you know the height? In this case, because the rhombus is very rightly aligned, I can literally say the height is 4. This is 4. Sorry, Vishwita, I cut you. What is that again?
That was just what I was going to say.
Yeah. So 5 into 4, which is 20, and then doubling that, which is 40. Sorry, Snigdha, you were saying something in between. Why is your camera off, Snigdha?
So I didn't get how you found the height. Can you repeat that?
Yes. See, these 2 lines are parallel to the x-axis. So the height is literally the y coordinate of the top one.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Her approach would not have worked had the rhombus been tilted. For example, the 4 coordinates had he given -3, 0, 2, 1, and then 5, 7, and 0, 5, something like that. Then her approach would not have worked. She has to resort to half d1, d2 there. Or another way I was going to tell. Okay, anyway, Snigdha, go ahead.
That's how I was saying the same thing.
Same thing. Okay, all right. So I want to share another way of finding the area of any quadrilateral. Forget rhombus. And so, for example, if I have some random quadrilateral, okay, or triangle, you can approach, it's called the shoelace method. So shoelace method. Okay,
Yes,
because
sir.
okay. If you know the shoelace method, that's great, Prashast. You want to quickly share?
You taught it to us last class.
We did, right? We did, right?
Sir, I don't know it, but sir, I've like heard of it many times. Like many times I've like seen this be referenced.
Okay, all right. Let's apply this for this problem, and then we'll take it to this problem. Okay, so let's pretend that we don't know how to calculate the area of this rhombus. The coordinates of the rhombus are -3, 0, 2, 0. So going it in cyclic or anti-cyclic order, whatever way. But it should be so -3, 0, 2, 0, then 5, 4, and then 0, 4. Because I should go in one order. Either it can be this way or that way. And not just quadrilateral, it can be applied for a pentagon, hexagon, anything, right? 5, 4, and then 0, 4, and then you come back to the original point, which is -3, 0. So I'm starting from here, going here, going here, going here, and then coming back here. Okay. Now, to find the area, now you'll see why it's a shoelace. You mark something like this in this way, right? And do all of these products. And because there's 0, there's many of these products will turn out to be 0. So it's 0 plus 8 plus 20 plus 0, which is 28. So this sum is 28. Now we'll go in ulta this way. this way, this way, this way, and this way, right? Which is why when you complete, it looks like a shoe, right? If you look at a shoelace, it looks like this, right? If you put a shoe here, maybe. Okay, all right. So what is this product? So 3 times 0, which is 0, 2 times 4, which is 8. Sorry, that's the product I did earlier, right? I should do the other one. 2 times 0, which is 0, 5 times 0, which is 0, 0 times 4, which is 0, and minus 3 times 4, which is minus 12. So I get one product as 28, another product as minus 12. Now, what do I do with these two quantities? I do the subtraction of these. Whichever is bigger minus whichever would be smaller. So when I start to do it, I don't know which will come out positive, which will be negative. Both could be positive, right? But one of them will be definitely bigger than the other one, right? You do the difference between the two, right? Literally the difference, right? In this case, the bigger one minus the smaller one. So in some example, both could be negative also. Always the bigger one minus the smaller one. So what do we get here? 40. Now, this 40 is not the answer. 40 divided by 2, which is 20, is the area of the quadrilateral we are seeking. In this case, the quadrilateral happens to be a rhombus. It need not be a rhombus. It could be anything. So 20 is the area. And that's exactly what we got by a couple of other methods, right? Half D1, D2, or base into height. All of them gave the same
Sir,
answer.
but what's like the derivation? Why does this work?
Derivation is little longish. You can easily derive it. It's not very difficult. It comes somewhat from the half into base into height only, but a little longish. So I'll park the derivation for now. Yeah. So Nitya, you had a question?
Yes, 2 questions. One, why does this method work?
That's what
And
exactly he
2,
was asking.
what?
The derivation, I'm going to skip. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And 2, could you please repeat how we decide which coordinate is first and last? Like, what if we put a different order? Would the results be the same?
Thanks for asking it. It'll be exactly same, and you can start from anywhere and can go in any direction. Okay. So let's do it in another way. So let's say this is minus 2, 0. This was 5. How much is this? 3, 0 was it? 2. Sorry. What are the two coordinates, guys? Minus 3, 0 and 2, 0, right?
Yes.
Okay. So this was minus 3, 0. This was 2, 0. This was 5, 4, and this was 0, 4. Was it? 0, 4. Okay. Now, what I'll do is
This will work with any shape, any regular shape.
Any shape, any polygon, any polygon. Okay. Now let me start from 5, 4, and let me go in this direction. So here I'll put 5, 4. That answers both of Nitya's question. Where do I start from? And maybe she did not ask the latter question. So earlier I went anti-clockwise. Now I'm going clockwise. So 5, 4, then 2, 0, then comes minus 3, 0, then comes 0, 4, and then back to 5, 4. Okay. So let's do this multiplication. And again, I can do anything first. Anyway, I'm doing smaller minus larger, larger minus smaller. So the products are 0, 0, minus 12, and 0. So this is minus 12. And going in the opposite direction, 8, 0, 0, 20. Am I right? 8, 0, 0, 20. Yeah, correct, which is 28. Right. In this case, the numbers also turned out to be the same, 28 and minus 12. But in another problem, instead of 28 and minus 12, may get something else, but the difference will still be the same. You can try it out later. All right. And this works for pentagon, hexagon, heptagon, anyway. Right. So for irregular quadrilaterals, this comes in very handy, the shoelace method. Okay. Akshat, you're with me completely on this? Rachit, you're with me? Okay.
But for the shoelace method, you need the coordinates.
I need the coordinates. Correct. That's a good point.
So
Yes.
does it work for any polygon or only quadrilateral?
I answered that already when Arsha asked it. Works for any polygon. Any polygon. You can try it for a triangle. We tried it now for a quadrilateral. It works for bigger polygons as well. Okay. And if the two come out to be, let's say, 17 and 17. Let the two products come out to be 17 and 17. Then what is the answer? Answer is 0. Why would you get an answer like that? It'll be as if the polygon is crushed to a line. There's no polygon at all. There's no area at all in that case. So for example, let's try this intentionally. Let's try this. So let's try with a triangle, right? Let's say there's a point which is 3, 7. Okay. And let's say this is 5, I'm increasing the x coordinate by 2 units and y coordinate by 4 units, let's say 5, 11. Okay, x coordinate I'm increasing by 2, y coordinate I'm increasing by 4. So if I do the same, if let's say I increase the x coordinate by 3 and the y coordinate by 6, right? So you can see that here I'm increasing the x coordinate by 2 and y coordinate by 4. Similarly, I'm increasing the x coordinate by 3 and increasing the y coordinate by double of 3, which is 17, which means I'm increasing proportionally, which means these three would actually lie on a straight line. They wouldn't form a triangle. So it'll actually be like this. When it attempt to form a triangle, there won't be a triangle at all. It'll collapse into a straight line. Ideally, we should get the area of this as 0. Let's see whether we get it. Can all of you try it, please, on your own? 3, 7, 5, 11. Do your shoelace and get convinced that the area is 0. Okay, all right. Let's do it together only. Fine. 33, 85. So 33 plus 85 plus 56. Who can add fast, guys? What's the answer? What's the answer? Anyone?
Is it
174.
174. Okay.
174.
I'm trusting you guys. Okay. Since multiple of you call the same answer. Now, hopefully this also should give me 174. 35 plus 88 plus 51.
Yes, sir, it is 174.
174, right?
174.
Yeah. Okay. So which means the area is 0. Which means the triangle is it's not a triangle. It's actually collapsed to a line. Okay. That was question 4. Question 5 now. Akshaj, what did you get on question 5?
I got 61.
61. Snigdha, same. 61 on question 5.
I actually got A.
56. Okay. Any other answers?
I got 60.
I got 60.
I got 60, yeah.
60. Any other answers?
So I got 60.
60.
So
Okay.
60.
Sir, even I got 60.
Okay.
Could you
Multiple
explain
6.
how to do it? Somewhere along the way, I got an answer and it's not working out
So I
because it
got-
doesn't fit the question sort of.
Okay.
So I'm not sure what I'm getting. Halfway through, I'm getting lost.
Okay. Nitya, so finally you're saying you got an answer which is not in these choices.
I didn't get an answer exactly. I just didn't
Okay.
get the method. Like I
Okay.
got half of it, then it got lost halfway through.
Okay. All right. Heard you, but someone else also was speaking when Nitya was saying something. What was that? Yeah, Saurabh? Yeah.
So I got 56.
56 as well. Okay. All right. I've underlined the answers that people have got. Okay. Let's do it. Right. 2 integers are inserted to this list. 3, 3, 8, 11, 28. To double its range. Range means what? Range means maximum minus minimum. That's the range. Okay. The mode and the median remain unchanged. Okay. So first, what is the original mode and what is the original median? Mode is the one which
3.
occurs maximum number of times.
3.
Mode is 3.
Median
Mode
is
is 3. Median is
Median
3.
is 8.
So I have
Median
a
is 8.
question.
Yes.
So if the list is like 3, 3, 2, 2, and then 5, then is it 3 or 2?
Yeah. You say it has 2 modes.
It's both of them, right, sir?
Both of them are modes. Both 3 and 2 in your example would be modes. And you cannot take average of the 2 modes. Unlike, for example, for median, let's say I have a list which is 10, 12, 14, 14, 15, and 10, 12, 14, 15, 100, and 200, let's say, right? There are these 6 numbers, right? So what is the median? There are 3 entries on this side, 3 entries on this side. The middle is exactly here. Therefore, you take the average of the 2 medians. There's 2 medians, technically, but you don't say it's 2 medians. You say there's only 1 median, which is the average of the 2, which is 14.5, which is not even an entry in the list, right? So the median ke liye, we do the average if there's an even number of entries. In fact, the whole point of the median is because of this only. Sorry. Ignore my last statement. What is the whole concept behind median is if you just have means, then they can skew the statistics quite drastically. For example, let's say in a village, there are a lot of these commoners who earn 1 rupee, 2 rupees, 5 rupees, 1 rupee, 2 rupees, 3 rupees, like that. And there's there's a guy who's a millionaire, right? Who earns so much, right? Now, and let's say the village population is, there are 100 people in the village, 100 people in the village. Now, all of these 99 people combined might together have a wealth of maybe 1,000 rupees, right? And but because of this millionaire, right, 1 million and 1,000 is adding up to what? Something like this, right? And if we just do what is the average income or something in the village, if we just divide by 100 because there are 100 people, and then you'll say on an average in the village everyone makes 10,010 rupees, which is really the wrong picture, right?
Yeah.
In fact, 99 people are making 1 rupee and 2 rupees and 3 rupees and something like that, right? Maybe 50 rupees and all that, right? And there's only one guy who's really skewing the stats by making $1 million, right? And therefore the average is very wrong. Hence median is the middle entry. So the middle entry in the village is maybe $47. So which means half the people in the village are earning less than $47. Half the people in the village are earning more than $47. It's the midpoint by arranging them in ascending order. So that's why median is a very important statistic. Mean can really screw up that statistic by skewing it, right? Is screw by skew. Okay, cool. Now, so that's median. Now, what is the problem saying? The mode and median remain unchanged, which means what? By inserting two values, the mode remains unchanged. Means what? The two values have to be different values. If the two values are both same, then there will be two different modes, right? For the mode 3 to not change, the two inserted values are different values. That's one picture. The other side of the picture we have is the median also remains unchanged, which means 8 continues to be the median. 8 continues to be median. Now, and the range has doubled. If 8 has to continue to be the median, that means what?
That one number should be after it and one number should be before it.
Exactly, right? One number should be before it, one number should be after it. And what is the maximum sum of the two additional numbers, right? So the two additional numbers, what is the range currently? The current range is 25. The gap between 28 and 3 is 25. Now, I want to make the new gap 50, right? Because it says somewhere that the range has been doubled. Whereas the two integers double its range, right? The new difference between the maximum and minimum must be 50. And I want to say what is the maximum possible sum of the two additional numbers, which means I want to keep the two additional inserted numbers as high as possible. Now, what's the best I can do? I can do 7 because one guy has to be to the left of 8.
Yeah. Or
Right?
else
And
the
the other
mode
guy
will be-
has to be 7 plus 50, right? The range is 50 now. 50, am I right? 57, right? What is the current range, guys? 25,
No,
right?
the current
Yeah.
range is
So
25.
50.
So it has
So
to be
50 plus 3. 53
So
is the
it'll be
highest number.
53.
Range is from 3, right? Sorry, why am I adding with 7? Yeah. So 53. Yeah. So 53 plus 7, right? Which is 60, right? Whoever got 61, what is the logic for 61?
So they put 8 instead of 7 and they change
If
the
you put
mode.
8, then what will happen? There'll be two modes now. 3 and 8 both become the mode. Yeah. 8 and 53 won't work because of that region. Okay. Okay. While we are at the same problem, can we also do the same, exact same question, and instead of what is the maximum possible sum of the two additional numbers, suppose I change it to minimum possible. What will the answer be, guys? I'll just change this to minimum.
So wouldn't be
Or just do it and tell me an
52.
answer, guys.
so 54.
52.
54.
52.
52.
No, so wait,
So 54.
54.
57.
57. Okay. Any other answers? I'm not even keeping track. Who 52 is who said 52?
I did.
Snigdha. 54 kaun?
So I said.
Saurabh.
No, so Gyan
Can
I
it
said.
be
Gyan.
negative?
Gyan.
Can it be a negative?
Yeah, so it's integer, so it can be negative also. So
Yeah.
it's like anything.
I didn't say anything, but you guys made your own rules. I didn't open my mouth. I said I didn't change the question. I changed one word. You guys make out. Rest it is in front of you. 57, Kaunta.
It can be however small.
Neve.
It can be infinitely small.
It can be infinitely small. So negative infinity is your answer, Akrit?
Yeah.
No, it can't be in. Wait.
Let him say what he's entitled to say,
Yeah.
whatever he wants. No,
Arsh
Snigdha?
got minus 13.
Okay, minus 13 is who? Arsh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's discuss.
Sir, I got
Wait,
0.
so
Okay. Okay.
I
Three more answers I'll take. Wow, Snigdha,
can
you're
I change my answer?
to what?
8.
8. Snigdha is changing to 8. Okay. 2 more answers I'll take before discussing. Anyone wants to change or?
52.
Huh?
Mine.
Okay. Please stop saying mine, guys, because multiple people there. I'm not able to track whose name is what. Saurabh, just say Saurabh 52. Correct?
Yes.
Saurabh 52? Okay.
Yes.
Anyone? One more answer?
Sir, you changed mine
Sir,
to
minus 50.
57.
Sorry.
So,
Sir,
minus
sir,
50.
sir, I wanna, sir, mine is also 57.
Gyan.
Yeah, sir. Gyan 57.
Gyan 57.
Minus 32.
Nitya
Yeah.
is 32. Is it
The minus 57.
mine is or minus? Did you
Minus.
say
Negative.
negative 32? Okay.
Miss minus, sir, minus negative 57.
Negative 57. Okay. All right, guys. Enough answers now. So let's do this. So same concept. So because the median does not change, the center still has to be 8. That's for sure. So I need to put 2 numbers, one on either side of 8. And obviously, I'll try to put as small as possible now. So I'll try to put one number as 9, right? And the other number should be 28 is the highest value, right? 28 minus 50, right? Should be the other number so that the range becomes 50. How much is this? Minus 22. So minus 22, right? Am I right or am I making a
Yes, sir.
mistake,
Yes,
guys?
sir.
Minus
Yes.
22 and 9, which add up to minus 13, no?
Yes, sir.
Then am I missing something? Why are you guys getting all of these other answers? Minus
So
32.
I got it right. Like,
I know Arsh got it, but others. Nikita, not Nikita. Nikita is another class. Nitya, minus 32 कैसे मिला तुम्हें?
I added a number in next to it, 9. And then I based the minus 50 of 9 on accident rather than 28. So.
Okay, all right. I didn't understand, but I got it that you went to, you stretched yourself to arrive at this answer. Okay, all right. Any other answer worth discussing, guys? Gyan, should we discuss your 57?
No,
Or
sir.
you're hanging
Sir,
your face in shame?
no, sir. I'm hanging my face in shame.
Okay, well, I'm kidding, guys. Okay, yeah, tell me, Gyan.
So I took 4 and 53.
Which one? 4 and 53.
Yeah. So the range will become double, but then that's not the minimum value. It's
Yeah. Obviously, minimum means we want to push as much as possible to the other side. Okay. Anyway, all of you understood, right? How to calculate the minimum now? This one?
So wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
So what is the integer that you got the small one?
The minus 22 is the smallest because the range is 50. So 28 minus 50, which is minus 22.
So, but if you're adding negative 22, it will become, the range will become 28 minus negative 22, right?
Which is 50, no?
Yeah.
Which is what I want, no?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I want the range to be double, which means I want the range to be 50. And therefore 28, other number is minus 22. All of you understood, right? Anyone not clear still, guys? Neve, you're with me completely? Okay,
Yes,
good.
sir.
Good. Question 6 is also on stats. Ramos. I'm tempted to give alternative questions, but I want to discuss this homework
Wait,
fully.
sir,
Yeah.
I have I have like a question that I got from the internet. Can I just?
Is it related to mean median mode?
No, not really.
Okay. All right. We'll definitely do it. Just share it on the group. Okay, we'll discuss. No, because the reason you brought it up now, I thought maybe it's connected to mean median mode by eta. But yeah, definitely share in the group. Okay, we'll discuss. Ramos gave a test. Okay, Precious, what answer did you get on this one, on question 6?
So just 1 minute.
Okay. Oh, I didn't paste the entire question. Sorry, guys. So 1 sec. Pasted only half of the question. Oh. Yeah, Precious, you have an answer? Okay, I'll pass it on to someone else, Precious, while you're not ready. Saurabh, what did you get? Saurabh Devar,
Yes, sir. I didn't get an answer.
you didn't get an answer on this one. Jan,
Sure, I got 4, C4.
Same, and I
C4.
got the same answer.
Okay, Arshan, Gyan, 4. Sukrit, how
Yeah,
about
even
you?
me.
Okay, Sukrit, same, 4.
4.
Okay, all right, looks like multiple of you. So he regarded this test, regraded the test, not regarded, regraded the test, awarding some of 5 extra points, which increased the median to test score to 85. What is the minimum? Okay, so what is the current median? There are 20 students. Here is an example that has an even number of students. So the median becomes, if needed, the average of the middle two, if there's no clear middle, right? So the 10th and the 11th entries ka average. So 2 items pass here, 4, 8. So the 10th, this is the 10th value, this is the 11th value, right? So in this case, both the 10th and 11th value are 80 and 80. Therefore, the current median is 80. Now you want the median to increase to 85, right? And he's increasing some of the points by 5, right? If he increases this guy to become 100, or this guy to become 95, or this guy to become 105, none of that is going to change the median. So the median, similarly, if he increases this guy to become from 65 to 70, or this guy to become 70 to 75, that's also not going to change the median at all. So the only thing that's going to change the median is a few of these numbers coming from 80 bucket to 85 bucket. Now, how many should move? Now, till there are only 9 left in the 80 side, right? If there are 10 on the 80 and then 10 on the other side, then it becomes average of 80 and 85. We don't even want that, right? He wants, what is the minimum?
He wants it to
increase it to 85, which means, so we must ensure that only 9 entries 80 or below. So we have 2 plus 2, 4 plus 4, which is 8 entries. And therefore we must ensure there's only one more entry left in 8. Okay, I'll erase all of this. It's confusing. And these 4, suppose I increase to 85. Now my median becomes 85. Okay. Now this question is rich in a lot of alternatives. So hold on. When we come back, I'll ask good amount of questions on this. Okay, but this basic question, all of you got fairly easy, right? Okay, cool. Question 7.
Sir, in the previous question, I have a doubt.
1 sec. 1 sec. Previous meaning this one or the one even before?
The one after this, the one with the one about the children, the school children.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, and we basically need it so that 85 becomes the middle number, why can't we just why can't the minimum number of students be 2? We can just either increase 60, both the 65s to turn them into 70, or both the 70s to turn them into 75. So we'll have 3 numbers on either side, and the median will become 85.
Oh, is it? Oh, I didn't think along that direction at all. So you're saying if you increase the, okay, if you increase the numbers which are higher.
No, I'm saying, what if we just use 2 and increase both the 65 to 70s?
Okay, so either way we'll need, so what will happen in that case? So both the 65s to 70 here. Okay, 1 second.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay, so there'll be 4 people here, 8 people here, and then there'll be a bunch of people in the 80. The median will still be 80, no?
But 85 is the middle number that way then.
How? So
you've got 70, 75, and 80. And
no. We must include how many numbers are there in 70, right? Just because there's 1 entry in 70, and if there are 10 entries in 75, that will matter. For example, let's say the 70, 75, and 80. Okay, if there's 1 entry here and 3 entries here, and let's say there are 10 entries here. Okay, I didn't plot that. You cannot say just because 70, 75, and 80 are the 3 distinct numbers, the median is 70. The median is 75. That's wrong. You must count how many there are, because each of them is like listing out 70 and then listing out 75 3 times and listing out 80 10 times and then seeing the middle value. Does it make sense, Nitya?
Yes.
Did I answer your question? Yeah, which is why in the first place, the median happens to be 80 right now. Otherwise, you would question why the current median should be 82.5, right? By your logic. Does it make sense?
Okay. If possible, so you said only that we'll be coming back to this question again later, right?
Yeah, I'll come back to this question, but the basic question I really want to clarify properly. Is there something still bothering?
No, I think I'll just have to like redo stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, just looking at these entries alone is not enough. The count of each of them also matters, because it's literally writing out those 20 numbers, not these 8 distinct values that people have got, but those 20 values. So 65, 65, 70, 70,
So
75, 75, 75, 75.
So what we're looking at is not so much as what the mean is based on like a graph. Well, it is based on the graph, but more like the average of the entire class as the median.
No, median has nothing to do with the average. Median is the middle entry, which means if you arrange all of these scores in ascending order, right? What will the middle score be? If these are the 20 scores that people got, you can arrange them in ascending order, right? There'll be 2 people starting with 60 and 60, then 65, sorry, and then 70, 70, then 75, 75, 75, 75, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80, and all that, all the way till 95, 100. These 20 students, you line them up. The middle, there's no one middle, there's the 10th and 11th. You take the average of the 10th scores and 11th score, which is 80 and 80 average, which is 80. That's how you arrive at the median as 80.
Okay.
Is this process clear?
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, but the good that you highlighted this, right? So one mistake is people just look at these distinct values and say the median is, in this case, there are 8 entries, therefore the median is 82.5. No, that's wrong. Different values are with different frequencies. The frequencies do matter. Okay. Okay, Vishwita, did you do question 7? How many groups?
Yeah.
What did you end up getting?
I did 2.
You got 2.
Two.
Okay. 2 ways. Okay. Sukrit, how about you?
Sir, I got
You got 2 as well. Okay. Any others? Akrit?
I got 2.
Okay. Arsh?
Yes, I got 2.
Multiple of you got 2. Neve also 2. Okay. All right. So can one of you explain? Let's see. I'll give it to Sukrit. Yeah, Sukrit, explain how you got 2.
Sir, so the sum of all numbers will be n into n plus 1, so which is
N plus 1 by 2.
Yeah, n plus 1 by 2, which is 45.
Yeah.
And 45 by 3 is 15, which means the sum of any 3 will have to be 15 in all of them.
Correct.
And then I listed down the possibilities with 9, and then with 8, and then the other 3 are there. So only 2 were there in total. So
okay, listed on the possibility with 9, meaning 9 and
9.
then?
So for 9, there's only 2 ways: 9, 2, and 4, and 9, 1, and 5.
Okay.
That add up to 15. And then for 8, there's 8, 1, 6, and 8, 3, 4.
Okay. So hold on one sec. Oh, so let's say when you say 9, 2, 4, you make one group which is 9, 2, 4. So this group is composed of 9, 2, and 4, which add up to 15. Now,
Yeah.
corresponding to this, shouldn't you define what this group and this group should be?
Yeah.
Or
that
you'll
one,
do that later?
That one is 8, 1, 6 and 7, 3, 5. And then in the other one, in the one with 9, 1, 5, it's 8, 3, 4 and 7, 2, 6.
Okay, 7, 2, 6. Okay, all right. Any other way people did to arrive at 2? And so this is a bit of a trial and error, right? You kept 9 as your pivot and then you did it. Okay, all right. Any other way? Nitya,
It's
what did you do?
practically the same way, but if you think about it, it's not so much trial and error as you're looking at it. So there's 9. I started with 9 as well. So it's not trial and error so much as you're looking at it and you realize that to get 15, there's only 2 possibilities that you can use, which don't require you doing like 9, 3, 3, which don't require you using a double number. And corresponding to that, there are only two possibilities for both 8 and 7, and you mix it so that there aren't any coinciding or double numbers, right? So it's not so much trial and error, but yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, so fair enough. Both of your explanations are good. So what I was thinking was, yeah, same 15, 15, 15, and let's say one of the 15s must have a 5 for sure. 5 must be there somewhere, right? Sorry, Arshi was saying something, or
No, so you
okay,
can continue.
okay, all right. So one of the 15s must have a 5. So if I put a 5 here, so 5 is the average, right? So one of the 15s must have 5. And because 5 is the average of 3 numbers which add up to 15, the other 2 numbers must be on either side of 5, which means either 159 or 258 or 345, right? 3, 6, and sorry guys, I didn't state this well. So if I have a 5, right, if I have a 5, then the other 2 numbers must be on exact opposite ends of 5. 519 is one possibility. 528 is another possibility. 537 is another possibility. 546 is another possibility, right? Now, in each of them, let's say we club 5, 1, and 9 together. Now we are going for the second group, right? This is the group 1. Now, corresponding to 5, 1, and 9, so now I want another group and another group, which all add up to 15 each. Now, similar to again what you said, not very different at all, guys. So I have to put 8 somewhere, or rather, this group must add up to 15. This must add up to 15. So if I start with 2 and 3, 2 plus 3 is 5, and I cannot have a 10. So that won't work. 2 and 4 is possible. 2 plus 4, 6 plus 9, but 9 is already used up. Therefore, I'll start with 2 and 5, but 5 is also used up. 2 and 6, 8 plus balance 7 is 15. Now, as long as I've used up these 6 distinct numbers, automatically these 3 will add up to 15 as well. So I'm sure this 159,267 was somewhere here in what he described, right? That's here. 159,265. Okay, so in fact, I'm thinking my method is a little longer. What you guys described is actually faster only. So I like this method. Sukrit, yeah, well done. So 924, 915 are the only 2 possibilities with 9. And then corresponding to that, 8 and 7 cannot be in the same bucket. They have to be in different buckets. And then you find the partners, which add up to 15. Okay, cool. Question 7, that was. Anyone else wants to share any other way they did it? Arsh, you had some other way or very similar?
So like 987, because 987 can't be together, and I found that very easy.
Okay. Snigdha, I don't see you at all. I only see the background. Where are you? Are you there? Snigdha.
So like I did it like
Okay.
so I did like 9, so the rest of the sum should be 6. So 6 can be formed by like 4 plus 2. 6 can be formed by 4 plus 2 or 5 plus 1, and then 8 you need 7, so it can be formed by 5 plus 2 and 4 plus 3, like that. So I use that method.
Okay, cool. Question 8. Question 8. Akshaj, what did you do on question 8?
I got D8.
D8. Okay, Saurabh, what did you get on this one? Question 8.
Question 8 I haven't done. So
Okay.
after 6 I haven't done.
After you have done. Okay, Prashast, what did you get? He got 8 on this. Prashast, where you get it? Yeah, go ahead, Prashast.
I didn't do this.
Okay. Gyan, yeah, your hand is up. Yeah.
Sir, I got -1.
Negative what?
I got A, -1.
A, -1. Okay. What is the smallest possible value he's asking? Okay. All right. So,
I got
even I got 8.
Yeah, sir.
okay, multiple 8s I heard. Any other answer?
-1.
-1. Okay. Multiple -1s and multiple -8s. Okay. All right. So each row and each column adds up to the same thing. 9 plus 5, 14 minus 2 is 12. And we can confirm this is also 12, right? So everything adds up to 12. So let me finish this in terms of x. This is 8, this is x. If it adds up to 12, then this must be 4. 4 plus 8 is 12. And then to compensate the x, I put a -x. So this is 4 minus x. Now, if I do this column, that must add up to 12. 9 plus 4 is already 13, which means I need a -1.
Wait,
and took.
sir, what do you mean to compensate for x, 4 minus x?
I want each row and each column to add up to 12, right? Because the two
Yes.
examples, right? So either you can do 12 minus within brackets 8 plus x. Essentially, I'm doing this 12 minus within brackets 8 plus x.
Okay.
But okay, I'll just say that's what I'm doing. But another way to do it is I want 12. 12 is my target. ये तो number है, ये तो letter है. X is a letter and 8 is a number. So they don't mix. So I need 4 more to reach 12 on top of 8, which is why I put a 4. And I need the x to get cancelled out. So I put a minus x. The same answer you'll get by doing this also. Right?
Yeah.
Just another way of thinking. That's it. The 4
Okay.
minus x. Okay. All right. 4 minus x. Let me write it neatly. 4 minus x. Okay. It's the same way this adds up to 9 plus 4 is 13. I want 12. Therefore, I put minus 1. And then I want the minus x to go away, which is x. Again, you can do 12 minus within brackets 9 plus 4 minus x. Same answer, right? So I have x minus 2 here, x minus 2, and I want the sum to be 12. So I put 14 minus x. And then if I confirm here, is it indeed adding up to 12? It's adding up to 12. So everything is all rows, all columns, no mismatch, everything adds up to 12. Now he says the bottom corner is the number x in the lower corner is larger than the other 3 missing numbers. So he's saying this x here is bigger than 14 minus x, is bigger than x minus 1, and bigger than 4 minus x. X being bigger than x minus 1, he does not have to tell us. We know this from 10 years back. X will always be bigger than x minus 1, right? He's not adding any new information. But he's telling us new information through this and through this. Through this, he's saying 2x is greater than 14, which means he's telling us that x is greater than 7. And through this, he's telling us that 2x is greater than 4, which means he's saying x is greater than 2. Now, which is the stronger condition? X greater than 7 is a stronger condition. And therefore, x has to be 8. I mean, x could be 9, x could be 10 also. X could be 23, right? But he's saying what is the smallest possible value of x? And therefore, it must be bigger than 7, but it must be as small as possible. And it must be an integer, therefore 8. Did someone chat me? I got a buzz. Who was that? Prashast, were you saying some? Oh, okay. Put it on the WhatsApp group, Prashast, please. Put it in the WhatsApp group, okay? Okay. Oh, this is a classic problem of 2 circles rotating. We'll discuss. That's going to take some time. Okay. Okay. Is this clear to everyone? This problem?
Yes, sir. Very easy.
So I
Very-
just listed out like the
Yes, okay.
possibilities for the 3 squares.
You just listed out, sorry. Arjun, did he just join? Where were you? I'm seeing you only now. Were you there from the beginning of the class?
No, sir. Actually, my mom forgot to remind me about the class.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, no wonder. What did you say, Arjun?
So it was me, Sunny.
Yeah, Neev, what was I saying? Sorry, Neev. Yeah.
So I just listed like down the possibilities, like so for the two in the second line, so the 2 missing squares. I thought it was I just listed down the possibilities and thought it would be 7 and 6.
But how
Okay,
how can you be confident that you've listed out all the possibilities? Can you take us through what you did exactly? You started with the, can I erase this? Or in fact, let me not erase. I'll just paste it again. Yeah. So tell me,
I
Neev.
did is I just used the options.
Hold on 1 second, Akrit, please. Neev, Bolo, what did you do again?
So I know that all the rows they add up to 12.
Correct.
So I tried to so what I did, so first in the second row, so beside -1, the 2 boxes, I just know that the 2 boxes they should add up to 13, because then -1 would be 12. So then I just thought of 7 and 6.
Okay,
Like
so
that.
you put 7 and 6 here. Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
And
then
And then so for the last row, it's so for then I solved the row where it's -2 and 7. So I switched them. I did trial and error.
Okay. So why did you not put why did you not put instead of 7 and 6? Okay, fine. You could have put 5 and how much? 8, right? So
Yeah, but I just checked all the possibilities. That's all. And
that's what I'm saying. How can you be assured of all the possibilities? That's what I'm getting at. Which means trial and error is fine as long as you know confidently that you've reached your destination. But in what you are saying, how can you be confident of you've reached your destination? Meaning you probably started off with what is the smallest possible value, right? You should have probably started off with -1 and then tried if that's possible, then 5, then 6, then 8, then 9. Is that what you meant?
No, sir. Not. So I don't know explain.
Okay, you're not sure. Okay, anyone else understood what he's saying, or anyone else did something like this, like a trial and error?
So I did something like that, but I started with 6 and then I realized I needed a bigger value, so then I tried 8 and 8 works. So I didn't need to try 9 because 8 is small.
Okay, all right. You tried 6 didn't work. Okay, so basically you put 6 here, and what is your step? You put 6 here, then what did you do? 8 plus 6 is 14. Therefore you put -2 here. Akrit, is that?
I did it.
Okay.
I put the
Yeah,
option.
and then 5 in the middle one, and then 8 over there. But then 8 comes twice, and 8 is larger. So then if you put 8,
you go to 8, and then you find that it's right.
Understood. Yes. So in this case, maybe that works out faster also, right? So you started off with 6 because you want somewhere in the middle. But suppose 6 had worked, then you would have gone for 5, correct? Akrit? 6 did not work, therefore he went for 8. Okay. Neev, probably that's what you also meant to describe, but I didn't catch that. Neev, do you agree? That's what whatever Akrit did pretty much is what you tried as well.
Sir, no. I'll tell you probably next class.
Okay, sure. Yeah. When you collect your thoughts, better you can share, please. Yeah. Then question 9. 5 different awards have to be given to 3 different students. 3 students. Each student will receive at least 1 award. Okay. What answer? Anyone?
So I got 2 answers. I got 10 and 150 depending on if the awards are the same or different.
The question says no, they are different awards.
Then it's 150.
150 is his answer. Okay. Vishwita, what did you get? Ashi?
I didn't get him.
Okay. Vishwita, I didn't get. Okay. Ashi, you got 150 as well. Okay. Any other
Even
answers?
I was getting 150, but then
So I think I got 150. I'm not sure about my answer.
Okay. All right. So before we discuss this, so let's do a few different casework, right? So again, 5 awards, 3 students. Okay.
So this is arranging, right? So we use that.
Yeah.
What is it, Arsh, again, please? Arranging?
Yeah, so it's over here arranging. I forgot the word like we use.
Yeah, permutation. Yeah, arranging is fine. Arranging. Yeah. Okay. 5 different awards given to 3 students. Okay. But okay, how do you use arranging here? Actually, before we discuss this question, I wanted to just discuss some very simple things, right? Can you first answer this one, guys? So I say 5 identical awards. 5 identical awards. Okay. And there are 3 students. Okay. And each student gets gets at least 1. Okay, so each student must get at least 1. 5 identical awards. There are 3 students. How many ways can I distribute the awards? Snigdha, answer batao. 5. I'm not. In fact, let me just move the focus from this question, right? Okay. In fact, ignore. Okay, here. There are 5 identical awards. There are 3 students. Each student gets at least 1 award. How many ways to?
9.
I think it's 9.
Snigdha says it's 9. Akrit, what did you say? Sorry.
So even I said 9.
9 ways. Okay. Any other answers? I'm not saying 9 is right or wrong. Any other answers? Akshaj, Rachit. I'll repeat the question again. 5, it's written 5 identical awards. There are 3 students. Each student has to get at least 1 award. how many ways to distribute?
3.
3. Vishwita says it's 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other answer? Ashi? Okay. Rachit.
So
Yeah,
is
sir, I
it
think I got
necessary
you.
for all 5 awards to be given, or can we
So
get like 4 or 3?
Five. Oh, good question. No, all the 5 awards have to be distributed. All the 5 awards have to be distributed. Right?
So
So
I
he's
got 9.
you got 9 as well. Okay.
So
Okay.
I think
Then
9.
not 3. Then not 3.
So 9.
9 from Neve, 9 from Rachit. And something else?
What? I'm gonna change my answer.
Vishwita, you're saying your answer to 9 as well. Okay. All right. So let's see. Okay. So what's happening here? There are 5 awards. Just visualize them. These are the 5 awards. They're all looking identical. Okay. So if you're getting an award, you really don't have a preference saying this award looks more fancy, this award looks little cheap, nothing like that. All of them look identical to you. Okay. And there are these 3 kids standing here. Each one of them is looking a little different, right? So there are these 3 kids. The kids are obviously different, right? So the awards are same. The kids are different. I'm saying the kids because in another situation, it could be 5 identical things distributed to 3 identical boxes or something, right? I can make up another question. But in this case, the recipients are all different. The object of whatever the award is identical, right? Each of them has to get at least 1, which means first thing I'll do is I'll give them 1 award each so that they get 1 each. So I've exhausted this, and this. Now I have 2 more awards left. Now what can I do with the 2 awards? I can give both of them to 1 person. Okay. That person can either be, let's say this is A, B, and C, right? A, B, and C. Okay. So the two awards can both go to A, or both go to B, or both go to C. Okay. So in fact, I'll say A, B, C. This is easier. A, B, C, I'll just put 2, 0, 0, 0, 2, 0, or 0, 0, 2. That's one way. Another way, I give 1 each. I can give that to A and B, or I can give it to A and C, or I can give it to B and C. So there are only 6 ways, not 9 ways. Whoever got 9, in fact, all of you got 9. Vishwita,
Is
why
there
don't you
a
explain?
formula to calculate the bottom part you did?
No. I mean, for bigger numbers, we can use a formula, but in this case, it's just.
What's the formula for the bigger numbers?
So for we'll come to that, Arsh. Sorry, Vishwita, go ahead, please. What were you saying?
Oh no, I was just like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now back.
Question though, like can I just say like what I did is like I imagined that each award like had 3 options to go to, like 3 and into 3.
Say that again, Akrit, once again.
Like you can imagine it ulta, like each award like there are 2 awards left and each of those awards have 3 options to go to.
Okay. Then
3 into 3.
3 into 3. So what's wrong in that? So what Akrit is telling is the remaining you've given 1 award each to each of these 3 people. Now these 2 awards, let's call the award P, Q, R, S, and T, right? P, Q, and R have already been distributed, although all the 5 awards are the same. Now S and T are waiting. Now what Akrit is saying is S can go to any one of the 3 people. So 3 choices for S. T can go to any one of the 3 people. So 3 into 3, which is 9. So what is wrong about this? Arsh, can you answer? What's wrong in Arsh's approach?
So can you repeat?
So
3.
Arsh is saying, first give the 3 awards, P, Q, and R, so that each one gets 1 each.
Yeah, so 12.
Right? Okay, so if everyone is happy, they've got 1 award, they'll go home happy. Now, whatever they get extra is extra. Now, S and T are the 2 other awards. They're all identical only. You've just labeled them as S and T. That's it. Now, he's taking S. He's the distributor. He's the price distributor. And he's seeing, should I give it to A or B or C? He has 3 choices. So 3 ways. Cross product that with. He does the same thing with T. He has 3 choices, either to A or to B or to C. So 3 into 3, 9 ways. What's wrong in his approach? Anyone, even Akrit, you can also figure out what's wrong in your own approach. Yeah, Arjun, go ahead, Arjun.
So what's wrong is that it should be 3 plus 3 and not 3 into 3.
Why 3 plus 3?
So because you're calculating the
Yeah.
number of ways separately.
I'm not fully understanding what you're saying. Why
So
3 plus?
So you're calculating the number of ways you're taking for the each of the trophies separately. So you cannot multiply them. They are not related to each other.
Not very clear. So basically,
So, I understood mine.
yeah, go ahead, Snigdha. Yeah.
So basically, what I did was, like in the, can you go to the column for 1 second?
Which one? Above here, is it?
No, below.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. So I took one where A got 2 and B got 2 and C got 2.
Yeah.
Then I made a mistake in counting where they get 1 award. So what I did was, if A gets 1 award, then in one possibility, B will get the other award. In another possibility, C will get another award. And then for B, I did the same thing. I added 2, and for C also I had added 2. But then there's an overlap in the combinations. So
all that is fine. At this point, the exercise I have for you is find the mistake in Akrit's approach. You understood what Akrit said? Find the mistake in Akrit. So I'm glad that you found the mistake in your own approach. That's good. So that's what you're saying now, Snigdha, right? You agree that answer is 6.
So I found my mistake.
Yeah, what is your mistake, Akrit?
So in that 9, this 110, it was being counted twice because
exactly.
like different. Like
exactly. Yes. Yeah. So whether right. If S ends up going to B and T ends up going to A, you'll count it differently than S going to A and T going to B. But they're not. They're actually each one of them gets only 1 each. Okay. Okay. Therefore, it's only 1. Now, therefore, he's double counting those 3 cases. Therefore, it's 6.
So I didn't understand. Can you repeat again?
Okay. Did you understand Akrit's confusion in the first place? The 3 into 3, 9, he said. Right? He goes to S. He is a price distributor. The 3 kids waiting A, B, and C. He looks at S and say he has 3 possibilities, either here or here or here. Similarly, he lifts T here, here, or here. So 3 into 3, he mix matches and then says there are 9 possibilities. But the mistake he's making is, in one case, suppose he gives S to A and T to B. In another case, he gives S to B and T to A. He is wrongly counting both as 2 different ways of distributing, when in fact they are 2 identical ways because the prices are identical. No one is going to know the difference once they go home. Did they get S or T? Because that labeling is something that was not that. That's something that we put. They're all looking identical anyway. Does it make sense, Neev?
So I had a question. Like, can we do 3 plus 3? Like,
what is 3 plus 3 here? I don't understand the 3 plus 3. What is the 3? Arjun and Arsh. What is the 3 plus 3?
So like he gave S to A once, 1 way, or he could give S to B 1 way and S to C 1 way. So 3 way. And then the last one, F, he could give to once again to F to A, F to B, or F to C.
Then if at all anything, that's multiplication makes sense, right? That's the same mistake you're making, right? Why do you, how shall I say this? It is not addition. Yeah, Arjun. Yeah.
So if you want to do addition, you can take it as like in the first case you're counting who gets the 2, and in the next case you're counting who gets nothing.
Yeah. So which is what I've listed here. So let's keep it very simple. The 2 others that we have, the 2 extra gifts that we have, what are the possibilities? Either you can expend all the 2 on one guy, so which can be done in 3 ways. So that way, this is 3 plus 3. I don't know whether that's what you meant. I don't think that's what you meant. And the other 3 is where you want to give 2 people 1 each. So which is the guy who will go unhappy? That unhappy guy can be either A or B or C. Therefore, 3 ways. These 3 ways are different from these 3 ways, and therefore you add them. And they're completely different things, you add them. When you're mixing and matching, when you have 3 shirts and 4 pants and 2 shoes, and you want to dress up to office, you can do 3 into 4 into 2 ways of going to the office in different ways, right? That's different, right? As opposed to either this or this. Whenever as you say out the statement, if the word or comes in your mouth, that's addition, right? Whenever the word and comes in your mouth, that's multiplication, right? Does it make sense? Okay, let's stop here. Arsh, you were asking for a formula. There's no set formula as such, but I mean, there are formulas for smaller pieces, which we'll cover. So with this so there are multiple ways, first of all, here, right? The multiple things at play. There's an award, there's a recipient of the award, and there's further restriction. So we can put bells and whistles to each of them. We can change the awards, right? We can say the awards are same, but the recipients are different, or the awards are different, the recipients are the same, or both are different. And then we can, on top of that, we can add this extra clause that each person must get at least one. And then we can not have that restriction. Each person need not have that one. So based on that, different problems have different approaches. I mean, the basic core concept is still same. We have only two simple things: choosing, arranging. That's it. But how do you build that up is what. So we'll do the variety of related problems next class on this.
So we can also use that bars and stars method, right? Where we have like those bars and then.
Correct. Yes. Okay, we'll do that. But 150, I faintly recall, is the correct answer for this one. So well done. I remember somewhere around 150, but there's no other answers around 150. So it must be right. But I want to discuss this problem in detail. It's very important, guys. Okay. Okay, let's stop here. And I got the poll results on who's going to be in, who's not going to be in, and all that. I'll have a look. I didn't take a good look. If not too many people are there, I'll combine both batches to one batch again next weekend and the following weekend when we have very light periods. Anyway, I'll put a message on the group. Okay. See you guys. Bye.
Bye, sir. Thank you.
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.